everybody, and welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. Today, we're going to talk about comping. We're going to talk about a couple different styles of comping. We're going to talk about how to play with your left hand with 4-note voicings while you play the melody with your right hand or take a solo with your right hand. We're also going to talk about while you're comping for somebody else and how to take that 4-note voicing and spread it out to play it with 2 hands. We're going to use the tune But Not For Me today, and we're going to play it in the key of F. All right, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to take my phone, I'm going to tap on my iReal Pro app, and we go to the Jazz 1200 and we can search for it. There it is. And looks like it's in the key of E flat here. So I'm just going to tap. We're going to switch it to F. You see how easy that is? And there we go. Now it's in the key of F. All right. We've got G7, C7, F major. So this is like a 2-5-1 in the key of F, except for our first chord is not minor, it's dominant. That happens in But Not For Me. You can actually choose on this tune whether to do G7 or G minor 7. And we'll just keep it like it is. It doesn't matter too much. But know that you can make this chord be minor if you want to. Usually, when I'm playing this song with friends on the bandstand, we decide ahead of time. They'll say, do you want to play a dominant chord for the 2 or a minor chord for the 2? And we just say whatever we want to do. And I change my mind about it. Sometimes I do it one way, sometimes I do it a different way. All right, so our first chord is G7. Right? There it is. We've got the 7, the 3, the 9, and the 13, and that's how we're going to approach every one of these. So G7 right there, C7 coming up next. Now what you want to do is you want to find the very closest way to play C7. So you think, is that by putting the 3rd on the bottom or the 7 on the bottom? For C7, you've got, right, there's a C7 in root position. So there's the E, that's the 3rd, and you think, where was I for that G7 chord? I was right there. So the E is darn close. So when you voice your C7 voicing, you're gonna put the 3rd on the bottom. There's your 7, there's your 13, there's your 9. So it's a very easy move to go from G7 to C7. And the next chord is F major 7. For F major 7, you want to think the same thing. What's an F major in root position? Right, I'm keeping my hand here so we can remember where we were on the C7 chord. You'll want to do that if you're figuring this out. I use that for my students. It's a good idea. Just leave your hand where you already know it was, and then you can poke at other notes. You know, where's my F7 in root position? There it is. Okay, you say, that's the 3rd, that's the 7. Oh, look at this down here. I'm already on the 7 for the F chord. So perfect. The 7's going to be on the bottom for this. You got your 7, your 3rd, your 9, and your 13. It's such a close movement, all of those. So G7, C7, F7, or F major 7. If you wanted to make it a G minor chord at the beginning, you'd start here. Those would be your 3 chords. All right, so we've got... They're writing songs of love, but not for me. Maybe you want to play that melody. Now that won't sound very good to you because you don't have a bass player. So one option is for you to play the melody up here and just trust me that these chords are going to sound good once a bass player joins you. The other option is, if you don't trust me, you take your right hand and just reach over and play bass notes. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. And then you can see, oh my gosh, yeah, they do sound great with a bass note. Okay, so we're going to go on. The next chord is a B flat 7. B flat 7, A minor, D7. I'm going to start to do this quickly because I don't want to take up all my time with us figuring out whether or not to put the 3rd on the bottom or the 7 on the bottom. So I'm just going to show them to you, all right? So we're starting at the beginning again. Let me see if I can hold my phone so you can see the chords and see my hand. That might be impossible. There we go. Okay, let's try it like that. Here we go. I think it's impossible. There's the B flat 7 chord, A minor 7, D7. All right, now we're back to, we do the same thing again. But we changed C minor 7, F7. That's where those are. We've got a B flat major 7 chord. We're going to put the D on the bottom. Now it's E flat. Now at this point, we're starting to get kind of low. We've got an E flat chord, so we could just go there. That's the quickest movement. But this starts to get a little muddy. It's okay, you can play it here, or if you want, you can hop from the B flat major chord up to this E flat 7 chord. Either way you want. I think we'll go ahead and stay muddy for now. So E flat 7, now we're right here, F major to D minor. There's our F major, here's our D minor, G minor is coming next for 2 bars, actually 3 bars, C7, and now it's just like the beginning. You can see that it just repeats. So all of that stuff that I went over, it stays the exact same for 8 bars, actually for 10 bars, right? That one and that one, they're the same. So then let's just start from here. We've got F7, B flat 7, A minor, D7. F major 7, B flat 7. I'm gonna hop up for A minor to put the 7 on the bottom instead of the 3rd on the bottom because that starts to get a little bit low. D7, G minor 7, C7, F6. And that's the end of the tune. All right. So your next move is going to be to play the melody with your right hand and just play whole notes with your left hand. And you're just going to go on like that, all right? Your next move would probably be to add some kind of a rhythm. I like that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay, that's your next step. So you've got it now. Whenever you're going to play the melody, like on the head in, with your right hand, these are the kind of chords you're going to play with your left hand. 4-note voicings, moving as close as you can every time. Or if you're going to take a solo, this is how you're going to comp for yourself. Like that. You can see, once in a while I probably leave out one note, like instead of playing that for F7, maybe I'll just do that. That's fine. Sometimes I don't feel like having such a dense sound in my left hand, and I just want to keep it a little more simple. That's fine. All right, let's talk about our next step, which is spreading these notes out to comp for somebody else. So our first chord was G7. It's really simple. What we're going to do is we're just going to take the 3rd and 7 and always leave them on the bottom. So there they are. And then we're going to take the other 2 notes and we're just going to spread them out. So there we go, like that. Look, it's like Megadeth again. Ah! I do use those fingers, so yeah. And then we've got a C7 chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the 3rd and the 7 of C right there. And we do that. And since we already know that, you know, these chords move so nicely together, we're never going to move very much. So we've got G7, C7, F major 7. Okay, those are our first 3 chords. It'd be a good idea to just stop right there and practice those for a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, practice it as the minor chord as well, because I mean that's just going to be something that you use often. You should practice these in all 12 keys. That's a really good idea, but that's how we spread them out. You see, we put the 3rd and 7 on the bottom, and then we put the 13 and the 9 up here. And they might be in a different order sometimes, but always the 3rd and 7 on the bottom. It makes it really easy. So I'm going to go through the tune. I'm going to show you all of the voicings, okay? G7, C7, F major, B flat 7, A minor, D7, G7, C7, F major, C minor, F7, B flat major 7, E flat 7. And now because we're getting muddy, I'm gonna hop up a little bit. Let's play the F major 7 here. And then we'll play D minor here, G minor for 3 bars, and then C7. And then we've got all that section that we did again, so I'll do it fast. G7, C7, F major 7, B flat 7, A minor, D7, G7, C7, F major 7, C minor, F7, B flat major 7, then we're going to hop up, E flat 7, F major 7, B flat 7, A minor, D7, G minor 7, C7, F6. All right, so your next step, I think, should be to sing the melody. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. A lucky stars above, but not for me. Just like that, and move through singing the melody. So when somebody else is taking a solo, or when somebody else is playing the melody, this is what you're going to be wanting to do. You're going to play these 4-note voicings spread out like this. This is a very, it's a very simple and calm way to play. As your soloist gets a little more intricate in their solo and starts building toward a climax, then you would need to maybe play some 6-note voicings and spread out. But that's a topic for another day. You could get by just fine playing these 4-note spread out voicings for your soloist the whole way through his or her solo. You would be absolutely fine. So there you go. I mean, that's it. You just take your, whatever your chord is, and you put the 3rd and 7 on the bottom, and the 13 and the 9 on top. Looks like that. Rock on. All right, very good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for learning your 4-note closed and open voicings with me. It was fun. Good luck in your practicing, and I will see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.